Hey everybody! Did you guys have a great week of NFL
Week 1.
sports?
NFL Week 1.
Week
sports.
1, Parker. Week 1 was
Woo!
amazing.
Let's give a recap.
Okay,
Dude, so many, at least half the teams won.
yeah. There were at least 2 blowouts.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. And the other half, guess what? They lost.
It was a real turnover.
Mm-hmm.
I saw 2 big turnovers this week.
Absolutely.
Cherry and apple. I'm just kidding with you guys. We have a good time. How about those refs? Did you notice how their stripes seem to be a little bit wider apart?
Yeah, this year I think that's new regulations. We're going to have to look into that. We'll get back to you here on N.F.ELLAS.
Okay, yeah. So by the way, last week there was no video feed. We were deep in it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
we were
on location.
We were at different places, looking at different games, sports.
Right, Wild Wings.
Yeah, Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wings and dings.
Joe's famous Wings and Wieners.
Wing it out.
Yeah, I mean that's Wing It Out. Where's that one?
Oh, it's at Wing on Wing Street, Wingtown.
Mm-hmm. I love wings. There's nothing better with a good game than wings and some beer.
Believe me when I tell you, wings, beers, balls, football types, right? But just going with the theme.
Yeah, it's good.
Real good.
Yeah, I mean,
football.
It's like this is the time of year when it's like you're not going to see me, it's I'm my girlfriend says she's a widow this time of year, even though we're not married. But but yeah, it's I go down to my man cave, and I just live it.
Yeah. The thing about me is like I'll intercept anything. So
yeah, I've heard that about you, and you don't fumble much.
No, I try not to.
Yeah.
Go
what?
It's tough. It's hard. It's
Sorry,
getting hard.
The feed's a little delayed.
It's getting hard.
Football. Well, anyway, let's get into it. Week two. All right.
2. Count them. 1, 2 weeks.
They're heating up.
Yes.
We're on the road to the Super Bowl.
All right. So here are your predictions. Here are your matchup predictions.
For the week. One thing you guys know about Parker and I, we don't agree on much, but one thing we agree on is we love football and we love talking about football.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Parker, why don't you start it off?
We got this game coming up tomorrow night. Well, that dates this Thursday night. Steelers-Ravens.
Oh, boy, it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah.
Hot.
For me, the Steelers, they got this one. You have these men working with steel processing equipment. They're creating beams. They're creating I-beams. They're working with things that are such a high temperature that I can't see how Raven would be able to withstand the heat. It's just unbelievable. So Steelers are going to take week 1, week 2.
Parker? You know what? I hate to disagree with you on this one, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens because it's factual. There are more Ravens in this country than there are steel workers. Unfortunately, the steel industry is taking a dive.
True.
And there's one thing we learned from our old friend Edgar Allan. Them Ravens can drive a man crazy. And I think they could do it. I think they could do it tomorrow night. They're just going to get down there and they're just going to drive those steel workers nuts. So I'm going with Ravens.
All right. Well, then we got the games on Sunday. This is when the big day happens. Big day.
Don't even call me. Don't even call me.
Don't even try to call me.
Your house is on fire. Too bad.
If you try to call me, your phone, the battery will die. Like the sheer act of trying to call me because I set it up that way with Sunday football and me.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't really get that many calls on.
Right. Granted, neither.
But if you're going to call me,
jeez,
forget about it.
Right.
Just forget about it.
Absolutely. So up first we got the Dolphins and the Bills.
Well, it's going to be hot stuff.
Yeah, Dolphins got this. I mean, the Dolphins are theoretically the smartest animal next to human beings, people. Dolphins know their stuff. We're talking about creatures that live in communities. They like playing. They rub up against coral reef to masturbate. You're talking about awesome creatures. They're the best.
Well, yeah. I mean, dolphins they're smart. They were in that TV. Remember that TV show Sequest? Remember that?
Yes, Sequest DSV.
There was that one dolphin that was.
Yes,
he was just,
Einstein, I think.
He would
Dolphin's
talk
name
to
was.
that kid who eventually committed suicide in real life.
Moment of silence for Sequest.
But anyway, let's get back to it again.
Football!
Football. What I'm telling you, Parker, right now is I'm going to go against you again. The Buffalo Bills.
I'm not surprised.
Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Buffalo Bill, right?
Oh, geez.
What do we know about Buffalo Bill? He was able to kill a whole bunch of buffalo. Look it up. Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
Look it up. If he can kill a bunch of buffalo, how hard is it going to be to shoot a bunch of fish in a barrel? I mean, if the Dolphins were in a barrel.
Right.
Which is kind of what a stadium would be. Like, imagine you took a stadium, filled in all the sides, made it watertight, threw all those Dolphins in there. Right? You got Buffalo Bill just standing up there, shooting them. Boom. You got Dolphin steaks forever.
All right.
So.
All right, up next we have the Saints versus the Browns.
Oh, yeah, I'm going down to New Orleans. Yeah.
Well, we all know that things that are brown are just great. They are a neutral color. They'll bring together any room. They give you that earthy feel that sometimes you're looking for. That really just make you feel like at one with nature. And so, like, I feel like brown is the most important color on the color wheel. And I think that to second guess them is just a dumb idea.
Well, again, Parker, brown is a hot color. Hot brown.
Hot brown. I love hot brown.
There's
That's my whole bedroom's hot brown.
Hot brown. It's a nice steaming shade of brown is definitely good to have. But I'm usually with you on these things, but not this time. This time I'm going with the Saints because our good friend Val Kilmer was in the movie The Saint,
yes.
which was not a very good movie, but he was also in Rio Genesis, which when I was a kid I thought was a really good movie. But all that being said, in The Saint, I think you see at least the top of Elizabeth Shue's boob. And part of a boob is better than no boob. So I'm going to have to give it to the Saints.
It's pretty good. All right, up next we got the Lions and the Panthers. Now, this is an evenly matched game, and I'm really excited for this one to go down. But I do think that the Panthers are going to take it. The game is going to be at 1 p.m., so it's going to be bright and sunny out. But I think that the Panthers will have the edge because it is in a domed stadium. Shut those lights out. Those Panthers are not seen at all. Silent, but deadly. Panthers got this one, 100%.
Panthers. Well, all I can say is, oh, Kenya, Lion King. That's it.
Look it up.
That's all I gotta say. Let's move on.
All right, up next we have the Falcons and the Bengals. For me, personally, I'm going with the Bengals. The Bengals are cats. They're striped. What more could you ask for on a football field? Hello, people. We're talking about Bengals here. Falcons are birds of prey. They're going to be prey when the Bengals get a hold of them.
Well, that's just the thing, Parker. The Bengals, they can't get a hold of them Falcons. The Falcons they're so they're so scary that they got to have blinders on. A guy's got to wear a big fat glove. And you're telling me there's a baby Bengal out there, right? Just a baby, obviously. I think that Falcon could take him, and I'm going to go with the Falcons on this.
All right, well, we can't seem to agree this week. Let's see what comes up next.
I mean, that's the fun of it, right, guys?
That's true. All right, up next we have Cowboys and the Titans.
All right, I'm going to cut in on this one real quick. Cowboys to win. I'll tell you why. Look it up. The Titans were descendants of Uranus.
All right, that's true, but you also know what Titans were. They were descendants of
Uranus.
Okay, well, we don't have to say the Roman names. We could say the Greek names. Descendants of Zeus, Saturn, and
Uranus. I know things that are descendants of Uranus, and
Look,
I don't want them on my team.
Let's be honest. We've all seen Clash of the Titans 15 times in theaters, 3D. Check it out. If you haven't, you're missing out. It's a great movie. It's got awesome acting. It's got awesome action. Go see the Titans in theaters.
Uranus.
Okay, up next we have the. Up next we have the Jaguars and the Redskins.
Well, first of all, I mean, Redskins. Come on.
Okay, true. Let's call them the Senators for the rest of the season.
All right. Let's do that.
Jaguars and the Senators.
All right.
Okay. I'm saying Senators win because Senators can legislate, and they will legislate Jaguars to be an illegal animal, and they will be put to the death. No more Jaguars. I say no to Jaguars. Put them in the ground.
Hello, the Senators. Come on. We don't even, the government, they're shutting down and they're taking our money. 1%ers. And that's all I got.
All right, sounds good. Up next, we have the Patriots and the Vikings.
Oh, this one's going to be big noise on the field. You're going to hear clacking and cracking.
Yeah, and I agree. There's going to be two groups of people on the field. One Patriots, one set of Vikings. I think the Patriots can win simply because they have guns. Patriots always have guns.
Again, this is going to be the big upset of the week, Parker, because if we've learned anything from How to Tame a Dragon, Vikings can tame dragons. I think dragons are a little bit more vicious than guns. I think they're just going to hop on the backs of those Patriots and just teach them to fly and maybe learn a thing or two along the way.
All right, up next we have the Cardinals and the Giants. Now, for me, no lie, I don't care how big a giant is, it can fall just as hard as anything when a cardinal goes tweeting around its head. It doesn't know which way it's going. It builds nests in its beard, and he falls over. Giants down, Cardinals up.
I think the Giants would appreciate those Cardinals build nests in its beard because it eats people and eats something to clean out all the people guts, I mean, I personally could beat a group of Cardinals in my backyard. I just get a BB gun if I had to. I wouldn't do that because that's not humane. I'm just saying, if I can beat a Cardinal, I'm pretty sure a Giant could be a Cardinal.
Excellent point. Just to remind you, this episode is brought to you by the ASPCA. Up next, we have the Seahawks and the Chargers. Now, for me, you're talking about Seahawks. You could take your Falcons. You could take your
The
Eagles.
Yeah.
Give me Seahawks all day, every day. I love my Seahawks. They fly around in the ocean. Maybe they're fish. Maybe they're not birds. Who knows? I don't know. But you should know this. They're going to win. Bet on them.
In the sea or in the air, those bird fish are going down once you add a little electricity to the mix. There's, you got lightning bolts coming out of the sky. They can zap whatever you got. There's no doubt in my mind that those Seahawks, whatever they are, they're not going to be able to handle the heat of the electricity.
All right, up next we have the Rams and the Buccaneers. Another evenly matched game, but for me, the Buccaneers are going to ride in on horses like Broncos, but not Broncos. We're talking about the men that ride Broncos, and they are going to win, or maybe not. Buccaneers or Pirates? I thought I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah,
and the Buccaneers or Pirates, they're going to win. They'll swim out to shore, get to their boat. Rams will drown.
On horses.
Buccaneers win. There are no horses
run
involved.
after the horses.
No horses involved.
Wait, so did they get the horses by pirating?
Okay, look, Damien, we talked about this. I made one mistake. You can't make me a martyr.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Sorry,
Buccaneers.
I had too many beers over here. But
and wings.
I just have one thing to say to you, Parker. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the Ram leader winner now.
Good point.
You know
Up
what I
next,
mean?
we have the Chiefs and the Broncos. Okay, now we're talking. This is what the game I was excited for. I was already talking about in the last game.
I know.
Broncos,
my girlfriend broke up with me over this game. I mean, really, I wanted to talk to you about this. My girlfriend broke up with me about this.
Okay, good.
Well, it wasn't really about this. It was more about my distance. I'm not really emotionally there.
Yeah,
all the time.
Okay. Broncos are awesome. They are like wild horses. If you've seen Black Beauty or you read it, you know what I'm talking about. Broncos will trample all over some Chiefs. Get out of here, Chiefs.
How dare you talk about the natives? The natives in this land. It's people like you putting them on reservations and giving them casinos that give them a bad name. But you need to remember, this was a great group of bunch. And I'm going to go with the Chiefs on this.
No offense, but you're wrong. Up next, we have the Packers and the Jets. This is going to be a big game, the biggest. For me, personally, Packers have it hands down. We're talking about men who pack boxes for a living. They don't know anything about anything else. And football is all about packing in those touchdowns into a box. The box is your score, and then it's a stadium box. One time we got box seats, put it in a box. But they think outside the box too. Look at Amazon.com Prime.
Yeah, well, no. Okay, first of all, the Jets. Benny and the Jets. Elton John. Not really a big what you think of when you think of football, but that was a pretty good song.
Good point. All right, up next we have the Texans versus the Raiders.
Yeehaw!
Okay, here we go. Yeah, well, I have something to say to you. Raid on. The Raiders are going to come in. They're going to steal all of the stuff. Texans are going to have uniforms.
Are they going to be on their horses?
They don't need horses. I got to be honest with you. They're going to steal the Texans' uniforms. They're going to steal the footballs. They're going to steal all the yards. They're going to steal every interception. They're going to steal every touchdown and field goal. And they're going to win all of the points. Raiders for the win.
No, I gotta disagree with you. Texas is a big, big state. The Raiders, there's no way they could clear out a whole state like that. The Texans, they're, you don't mess with Texas.
Good point. All right. And up next, we have the Bears and the 49ers. I'm very excited for this matchup.
Because it's the final one.
Well, almost.
Oh.
But the Bears versus the 49ers in this one, for me and my family and who I love and in my world, we're talking about gold prospectors, guys that are digging into the earth for gold. They don't care about their families. They don't even have families. They're obsessed and they're greedy and they love gold. So they're going to win all the gold.
They may win all the gold, but I think it's a known fact that a bunch of Bears ate the 49ers. Maybe not all the 49ers, but I'm sure there's a case, if you look it up, of a bear attack on a 49er.
I think that you are wrong, but we'll have to look it up. We'll get back to you next week in week 3.
We'll look into that.
And the final game, Monday Night Football. It's the reason of the season. Up this game, we have Eagles versus Colts. For me, I talked about the Seahawks before. I was wrong. Eagles are the best. Bald Eagles, America.
God bless
they
America.
Fly down. They go in the flag, single tier, 9/11. Never forget.
Tomorrow. 9/11. Never forget. So, the Colts. They're baby horses. They got the whole lives ahead of them. I'm going to give those baby horses a chance. And I say nay to your Eagles.
All right, well, that's week 2.
That is another big one, Parker. As much as we argue, just know that, we argue, and I'm glad you have the time to do this.
Thanks, sir. And I think that it's great that you invited me on your show, and you have named me one of the N.F.ELLAS. You're great.
Hey, there's no other NFL that I would rather have with me on the NFLs than you, because you're a fellow NFLer. And I expect big things with this, ESPN pickups, whatever. So it's going to be a hot and heavy season.
We don't agree on much, but we can agree on this.
We love football.
Footballs.